Hello everyone and welcome, I'm the Game Beaver, and today we're going to be talking, but of course, about even more Jurassic World Evolution. If you didn't catch the last video, I went down to London to meet up with Frontier at their first ever Frontier Expo, where they showcased Elite Dangerous Planet Coaster, and what I was there for personally, Jurassic World Evolution, and this was the first ever in-game renders that were going to be shown. So we're going to talk about pretty much everything. Dinosaurs, ideas for the game, so stick around, it's going to be interesting. But first, why not let's jump into the roster of dinosaurs. So first up we have, of course, a Brachiosaurus. For some reason when I first got there and I saw that, I was like, oh, this is the first time we've seen Brachiosaurus. But Brachiosaurus, I was very wrong, did debut in the first teaser trailer that was like pre-rendered footage. Second, we have the Parasaurolophus, or Parasaurolophus, as Kelly would say in the Chaos Island game for the PC.
Weird.
Parasaurolophus is featured in every Jurassic Park game. I was going to say game, I don't think every game, but every movie that has ever existed. Albeit in Jurassic Park, it didn't really feature too much, just in a mural and in the background when you had Alan Grant say, they do move in herds. So Parasaurolophus is, of course, my favorite dinosaur, and who I found out is also Nick's favorite dinosaur too. Now, I also want to talk about some not officially confirmed dinosaurs. When I did my interview with Nick Rogers, he did say that dinosaurs with a similar animation, or sorry, a similar build, and he said hadrosaurs, there may be slight tweaks to those animations.
Every dinosaur is going to have a unique animation set which gives slight justice. Obviously ones that are very similar in species, if you took like two hadrosaurs that are very similar size, we want them to use the same thing.
So it's possible, and almost, well, pretty much confirmed, that we're going to get multiple or variations of hadrosaurs. So Parasaurolophus, if you didn't know, is said hadrosaur. So if we can go off and all the other dinosaurs that are in the Jurassic Park franchise and even games, we're very likely to see stuff like Corythosaurus, maybe Edmontosaurus and Oranosaurus come back from Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. They're not completely confirmed, but it's hinted towards. On to the next confirmed dinosaur, and that is the Stegosaurus, which we saw for the first time, I think it was in the back screen, sort of while they were doing their presentation, and then in the actual in-game footage. We also see it sharing a enclosure with a raptor. It was like in the background. Another staple of Jurassic Park, hasn't featured in all of the movies, but made its first major debut, trying to kill Sarah Harding, as she really did not want to try to get away from them. Next, we have the Ankylosaurus. I think this dinosaur featured first in Jurassic Park 3, just sort of moving slowly through the jungle as they're in the trees, if I remember correctly. And it's probably in the boat scene when they go past, and maybe when they fly by in the the plane. And more memorable, sort of served as a way that we could see Indominus working out how to defeat its victims. Watching Indominus sort of roll over the Ankylosaur, realizing that it can get to its soft underbelly, played a pivotal role, even though Ankylosaur, I don't think, was very happy about it. Next, onto the Triceratops. The second dinosaur we see in Jurassic Park and has almost featured throughout all of the movies. I think Jurassic Park 3 was the only one that it didn't feature in. And of course it was the first animatronic and truly believable dinosaur that we saw in Jurassic Park. And also it shares a feature with T-Rex, almost showcasing the return of dinosaur duels. You remember that feature in Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, where if two dinosaurs that actually had the animations together were programmed to fight each other, and that wasn't just chasing each other and biting each other on the arse, they would turn around, each share a roar, and then one of two animations would play, resulting in either one of them dying. So this looks like a return to that. It's possible that maybe we're going to see a system like that, where one will die and one will survive. Or it seems to me that maybe these two are like squaring off against each other, maybe showcasing some more intelligent AI, whereas a T-Rex and a Triceratops, of course, neither want to risk injury, but at the same time, T-Rex might be hungry, and Triceratops just maybe, he's on a bad day, he woke up on the wrong side of the fence, if you get my drift. Next, on to the Apatosaurus, which didn't feature. Apatosaurus or Diplodocus, it's one of the two, which didn't feature in the in-game footage, but was in the first trailer, the teaser trailer we got. a Jurassic World dinosaur by any means. The first time I think it has appeared in the Jurassic Park franchise, replacing the iconic Brachiosaurus in Jurassic World. And also fleshing out the roster of sauropods, interestingly enough, is the Camarasaurus, which only featured in like a short scene in the in-game footage. But if you blink, you'll miss it. But that is indeed stood higher than the Apatosaur and is definitely doesn't have the head crest or the general shape of a Brachiosaur. And Camarasaurus again didn't feature in any of the Jurassic Park franchise, and even Jurassic World. I think the only time it's really featured in an official game was Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, which might hint towards other dinosaurs from that game coming back. And onto the Velociraptor. That's right. Well, it's not technically a Velociraptor, is it? If we're going to be scientific, it's the Jurassic Park lore Velociraptor, and that is something that Frontier are going to be very meticulous with, and that is sticking religiously to the movie lore. I think Universal are telling them to stick closer to the films as they're the most popular, what most audiences are familiar with. So the chances of seeing a feathered Velociraptor or raptor of any sort are probably going to be really slim. At least when it comes to the dinosaurs that have featured in Jurassic Park or any of the Jurassic Park franchise. We've seen in other games like Jurassic Park Builder, Utahraptor was very feathered, Utaranus was also very feathered, but and again in Jurassic World the game, we had some evolutions like Utahraptor getting feathered and Utaranus very feathered. So there is still a slight chance for us to get some sort of feathered dinosaurs. However, I don't think it's going to be Velociraptor. And moving into the final confirmed dinosaur, yeah, we do have other dinosaurs to talk about, and that is, of course, Rexy herself, or the T-Rex. It might not be necessarily Rexy, although the T-Rex that's in the first trailer, I'm pretty sure has the claw marks on it. I could be wrong, it might not. Don't quote me on that. But what we'll notice, well, what you'll notice about this is that the T-Rex that featured in the first official trailer and the T-Rex that was in the in-game footage seem to be slightly different. In appearance anyway. And this might be something that you are able to customize yourself. Going back to the interview I did with Nick, he mentioned about contractors, and these are people that sort of push and pull you in certain directions. And on the show stage, there were 3 sections highlighted, and that was entertainment, security, and science.
So the ultimate aim for the player is to become the preeminent dinosaur management expert. And there's 3 paths to do that, as you can see, so eloquently illustrated: entertainment, security, and science.
I did also ask, I brought it up concerning the Parasaurolophus, that in all the Jurassic Park movies it's had a different skin, and whether or not we'll be able to customize the skins or variants of our different dinosaurs.
Well, there is going to be some variations to that. So as Andy alluded to earlier, when you're actually doing that genetic breeding process, you're going to be able to slightly tweak the dinosaurs in a little way. And we don't want to go all the way to kind of making completely new customizable dinosaurs.
Yeah, so no custom
So it's not going to be like you make crazy new hybrids, but there are going to be moments where you're able to slightly tweak the attributes of that one. You might want to gear their behavior and also their looks as well.
Although he didn't confirm that, he did mention that depending on where you dig up or you excavate, you sort of level up in this game, you'll be able to unlock different features and therefore change your dinosaurs in certain ways. And if you look at the T-Rex that's in the first trailer, it's very grey and sort of badass looking. It looks like a T-Rex that can, it's very strong, it's bulky, and the fact that it, you know, it kills already. It kills a guy, it throws a Parasaurolophus by the neck, which is, Jack Horner confirmed that a T-Rex would not be able to do that. And the T-Rex in the Jurassic World Evolution in-game footage was shaded green and more of a lighter build. And when it came to facing off against a Triceratops, it didn't just run in and just go for it. It sort of assessed the situation a little bit more. And these could be 2 T-Rexes built from the different categories. Maybe the one that's all grey and brutish has been leveled up through the security tree. And the green one that's more placid seems to be, or maybe sort of putting on a show, maybe entertainment or science. Now on to the unconfirmed dinosaur that was revealed in my interview. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely go check it out. Is the Dilophosaurus.
So they've not just got a unique animation set, but we also say that something like the Dilophosaurus, that's going to come across with all that kind of the spite and the venomous kind of part of his personality.
They were very specific about translating the characters that the dinosaurs have in the films across into the game. And that the Dilophosaurus, for example, in quotations, would have a lot of its very mean and sort of menacing characteristics about it that we have seen in Jurassic Park. Also, they brought up the Cinco Muertes, the 5 deaths, or the 5 islands, which was brought up in the Lost World. And all the footage we saw in render, or in-game, was from one specific island, and that was not Isla Nublar, it was from Isla Metanceros. And this brings us to maybe more of the gameplay aspect. Now, if we use Jurassic Park Operation Genesis to pull from, you had 3 types of gameplay. You had the main game, which was you start on an island, you build a park, and entertain people. There was a side B, where you could just have fun with whatever you wanted to, like unlock all the dig sites on PC version anyway. Have a jolly good old time and just watch the AI interact with each other and make exactly what you want. 100 raptors, go for it. And of course the missions. Thereby completing those missions, you would unlock Site B. Now it's possible that Jurassic World Evolution will follow a similar formula, but there's also a chance that you might start from one island, build your park up a certain way, and then move on to another island, expanding your empire, and you might be able to switch between islands. Or it's possible that you could choose from any of the islands to start on at all, each one posing you with different objectives to overcome. There might be Isla Pena, which is barely an island, forcing you to use whatever little landmass it offers you to the best of your abilities. Isla Sorna is a huge island if they want to stick to the lore of Jurassic Park, and this could even just be where Site B is, and where you just make dinosaurs to your heart's content. But the interesting thing about these islands is they deliberately didn't go into detail concerning one of them, and that's Isla Nublar. Nick mentioned that Isla Nublar is very tied to the franchise and the story, so anything that's going to go on there, they don't want to spoil. It is common knowledge, if you are looking or researching at all concerning Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, that there is going to be a volcano on that island. And a lot of the future film's story is going to be driven via that volcano. And this might be the reason why they don't want to talk about Isla Nublar just yet. That to the general public, this volcano plot hasn't been broadcast to the mainstream media. And because it's a game, and because it's Jurassic World, we have to talk about the potential of the dreaded microtransactions. Yes, I know, it's something that everybody loves in Jurassic World, the game. And it has a very high possibility of coming to Jurassic World Evolution. Now, Frontier in the past have had a great track record for DLCs in their games. Planet Coaster's starting price is about £20, and the first few DLCs that came out for it were completely free, and a few thereon after were only £6. Altogether still cheaper than the starting price for a AAA game, which can now even go into 50 or 60 quid. I myself don't really know how microtransactions would make the game better, or even implement into the game naturally. A game like this would benefit something from DLC, rather than that sort of model. Really, only time will tell whether that's going to be a thing. Back to the 3 sort of tech trees almost that I'm guessing you're going to be able to max out. Each of these contractors are going to be giving you a set of objectives for you to fill, and I think once you complete those objectives, you'll get resources and maybe even unlock things to upgrade your dinosaurs. So maybe you'll make your T-Rex more entertaining for guests, therefore raising more money, but it might be a little bit more dangerous, which is why you might have to upgrade your fences, as we see in the trailer, and in doing so, the T-Rex sort of took the opportunity to attack them. So that got me thinking, what about the end goals? Maybe each of these separate tech trees will allow you to unlock a specific dinosaur. So if you focused all the way in security, then you would finally be able to make the Indominus Rex. The only problem with this is that in this circumstance, well, you would have to do, if you wanted Indominus, you would have to just focus on security, and maybe that's something you don't want to do. Maybe the game will allow you to upgrade through all tech trees, so you could unlock everything during the game, because otherwise it would kind of suck if all you wanted was to have Indominus Rex in your park, and it forced you to have all your dinosaurs incredibly volatile. In my interview with Nick, I sort of touched upon customized dinosaurs like I've already mentioned previously in this this video. But I don't think he gave off the impression that custom hybrids are not going to be a thing. So unfortunately, you're not going to be able to make your Ultimasaurus, which is, I think, Triceratops, Tyrannosaurus, and Velociraptor. But it has been confirmed that Jurassic World Evolution does take place after Jurassic World in the Stories franchise, which again would tie into Jurassic World Fallen Kingdoms plot, hence the reason why they haven't went into Isla Nublar, because of said volcano and potential spoilers to the new movie. So that is basically all my thoughts so far that I can think of on the spot right now. I just kind of wanted to, because it's still fresh in my mind. It's only been like 2 days, if that, since I've came back from the convention, and I thought I would sort of think about it a little bit more. When you're doing an interview, everything's on the spot. So it's been nice to sort of just write down a few ideas, get them out there to you guys. And also, I have been reading the comments from all of the previous videos. I try to do that anyways, as far as videos go. But concerning Jurassic World Evolution, they are listening to the voice of their audience, which is you guys. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, you got any comments to leave about Jurassic World Evolution? What are your expectations? What do you want to see? I know I want to see aquatic creatures and flying pterodactyls and pteranodons and stuff like that. We didn't see any hint of that. I feel as though that's something they would be working on. They don't want to spoil anything just yet. I feel like they may have just got the land dinosaurs like the T-Rex and Triceratops, be at a point where they're pretty happy with showing them to you guys. It was mentioned in, I think it was Jurassic Uni's podcast, that they have been working on this game for 9 months so far. And they've got technically another 9 months-ish to complete the game. So what they've done so far, it looks great. It looks like the land dinosaurs are looking fantastic. And if that's, I mean, at the stage we're at now, we're just over halfway. And the renders we're getting out of this game, fantastic. So enjoy this video, guys. Leave a like. And until next time, with more Jurassic World Evolution news. And to stay up to date with anything dinosaurs or even shark related, you can subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and until next time, see you later. Bye-bye.